Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's Mac, aka your boy. Sorry for all these random loud noises. It is because I am currently hotel living TDY in the great state of Utah, visiting one of the CRCs out this way. So, for those who aren't, for those of you who aren't in the Air Force, don't worry about that. It just means I'm not at home with my standard setup, so the sound may be kind of off. The video, I'm just using my iPad, trying to record the video of me doing this, as well as my phone, trying to get some voice recording so I can upload that as well. Regardless, it is Mac, aka your boy, hitting you up with another episode of I Said What I Said, Don't At Me. And this is a remote location. I just told you where I was at, but I figured it's been a while since I did this. I didn't want to wait till I got back home and then try and do another one, so I had nothing better to do. I can't sleep because I took a retarded nap when I got back from the unit this morning. So it is what it is. So if you're watching the video, I may at times not look like I'm looking at the camera, like I'm looking off to the side. It's because the iPad is sideways, so the camera's up here. And I try to look that way, but the screen is here, so I like looking to see where I'm at on the screen. So that's why you'll probably get it look like I'm looking at somebody else, but I'm gonna try and do what I can to stay focused on the camera, looking at my audience. So, but if I'm not, I'm sorry. You know, I'm like distracted by beautiful things, so I keep trying to look at myself in the screen. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I don't know how I'm gonna upload it. I'll probably have to go. I don't know if I can do it from my phone, but if I can't, I'll just try to go use the business center downstairs, which is a computer in the wide open. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Regardless, so let's talk about some of the stuff that is. So I want to dedicate this episode to people losing their goddamn minds, right? People doing the most unnecessary shit this week, right? So I want to start by talking about Popeyes and how they hyped up our sandwiches back, right? Which I guess, yay. I already told y'all where I stand with this stuff, right? So I already told y'all that I rock with Chick-fil-A. And just so you know, since I've been here in Utah, I've eaten at Chick-fil-A exclusively, except for one time. It was to get breakfast at a small little mom and pop spot that a friend of mine told me to try. It was all right. He was raving about these things called scones. I say called scones. I've never had one. Obviously, scones are not a new thing or some kind of alien food that nobody's ever heard of. But it was new to me. And all it is just like fried dough. That's all it was, just fried dough, right? It was a big serving of it on a plate. And I think the hype from it came from the butter that they put on, which is like some kind of honey butter or something like that, which was good. I mean, if they brought some syrup out, you could probably throw syrup on it as well. Probably no different than a pancake. Probably if you put that butter he was so hyped about on a pancake, the pancake would probably trump the scone. But, that's just me. That's just how I feel about it. And, I mean, overall, it wasn't bad. It was not bad at all. But, again, I'm just more of a pancake person. But ever since that, I've just been exclusively eating at Chick-fil-A. I just call up on my app, walk in and get it. Or I just pull up to the curbside and they bring it out. And then I get my points and then I just move on to the next thing. But I just like the convenience of it. I just know what I'm getting when I go to a Chick-fil-A. All that good stuff. I will say that Chick-fil-A, the one thing that I do not appreciate about Chick-fil-A is where they build their restaurants. They need to start building their restaurants next to a traffic light or something that will allow people to regularly flow in and out. Because the way they built this one here by the hotel, it's not by a stoplight. It has this weird one-way only kind of thing when you try to leave. So my hotel I got to cut back to the left, but the road leaving out only lets you go to the right. So I try to get to a stoplight so I can turn left, but the only way to get to the stoplight is to challenge their drive-through, which looks like a toll booth with two different lanes, red and green. They tell you when all this craziness. And then these people here, and I think it's Layton, Utah. Apparently nobody in this town cooks because these drive-thrus be ridiculously packed. Like, it is, like, I got caught in the drive-thru traffic just trying to leave Chick-fil-A. It was ridiculous. Like, I'm trying to turn my signal on to get out of the parking lot to get to the, I guess, the exit, the intersection that takes me to the stoplight. And these people assumed that I was trying to cut in front of them to get into the Chick-fil-A line. So they just kept bumper to bumper and would not let me get in. And I was like losing my shit in the car. They finally let me through, but I was trapped in that drive-through traffic for like probably about 5-7 minutes just trying to get to a turn so I can come back to the hotel. Obviously, my waffle fries were gone. Half of my soda was gone. But it is what it is. I hate the fact that Chick-fil-A is just, no matter where you build a Chick-fil-A, like, traffic is going to be ridiculous. So I think they need something to direct that traffic, like a red light, a green light, so forth and so on. Because I think that'll make it better. Because every Chick-fil-A I've been to, they are just never at a intersection with a stoplight. It's just like, it's our pleasure to serve you, but, good luck getting home. Because that's exactly what it is. It's like there's no short way to do it. Like, you get in the drive-thru, you're going to be waiting forever and then fighting the traffic to get out. And then you order the app, you walk in. I mean, it's convenient because you park, walk in, get out. But then now you got to leave. And then that's where all that unnecessary stuff happens with the drive-thru. I guess it's a blessing for them because it's a good problem to have a lot of customers, right? So you're just like, as long as we can serve them, that's straight. Now, them getting home is like more on them. So, I don't know. But either way, their service is great. I was able to get my nuggets and, spicy chicken sandwich and all that without getting stabbed to death. Popeyes. Oh, yeah, I didn't think I was going to talk about that return of the chicken sandwich and how y'all have people getting stabbed to death because they cut in line for a chicken sandwich. Popeyes. No. Like, nobody was worried about y'all when y'all ran out of that thing. Everybody was like, cool, do your voodoo chicken strips or whatever you're trying to sell now. But now you over here having people die over your chicken sandwich. You got to release statements because there's murders on your property. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good look, Popeyes. It's not a good look. And I almost died driving home from Chick-fil-A because in order for me to turn left down the street my hotel is on, I have to get veered to the left to get in a left turn lane. However, somebody who was trying to get the Popeyes was trying to get in the middle lane where you turn left a little too early and almost just ran into me because they were trying to hurry up and get into this line for the drive-thru line for Popeyes. And it was, that line for Popeyes, ridiculous for a chicken sandwich, Just give it up. Oh my God. Like, the way people are running after this chicken sandwich it reminds me of like Y2K, when everybody thought when the year 2000 was going to come, all of America was going to go into some kind of post-apocalyptic state or something like that. That is what is occurring with these Popeye chicken sandwich releases. And I don't know, because it's 50-50. I look at the timeline, it's 50-50. I see 50% of my people like, this is what it's all cracked up to be. Chick-fil-A is better. And then I see some people like, this sandwich is fire. Like, that's cool, but to go through all that for a chicken sandwich that is probably not going to last you more than 5 minutes or so. I mean, is all that waiting in line and stuff worth it? People are dying. It was in Maryland. Like, I just read it. My wife sent me the thing. I read it, and it was like, there was a separate line. Like, if you wanted a sandwich, like, first you waited in line to go order, right? So then you order, and then if you were one of the people, which I'm guessing everybody who was in there, was like, yo, I want a spicy chicken sandwich. Oh, okay, cool. We'll write your name down. Go wait over there in the chicken sandwich line. So there's 2 lines you already had to wait for just to get this sandwich, right? So then you're waiting, and then somebody just cuts you, right? And then, like, people confront him or whatnot. Then one dude asks to step outside. Then they go outside. My man gets stabbed up. And now Popeyes is just like, oh, that wasn't even about a sandwich. That was like they had beef, or they were at odds before coming into our restaurant or something like that. And I'm just like, get out of here, bro. Like, there have been straight up fights and robberies and stuff over this chicken sandwich, and it is ridiculous. Like, that is why I will not feed into that shit. And then there's a video, the Shade Room. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but if you don't, go follow the Shade Room on Instagram. It's a lot of petty stuff, and if you haven't noticed, I'm about all that petty stuff. But 2 cars trying to get in the drive-thru, right? And they want that chicken sandwich so bad, neither of them is going to let the other car get in front of them. So they willingly crash their cars into each other to go into the drive-thru to get this chicken sandwich. And they're crashed so, like, they can't fit in there. But these people are so ignorant and petty. They're black people, okay? I keep saying these people. Because, I mean, I'm gonna talk about some of the white people stuff later. Like, because y'all ain't safe. I mean, y'all ain't doing the stuff that we're doing over these chicken sandwiches. But back to this video. They're just sitting in the driver's seat, like, acting like nothing's wrong. Like, one person is just sitting in the driver's seat. They can hear the metal crunching. There's, like, people all around them with cell phone cameras. And she's just sitting there, like, looking at the menu, like, when it's my turn to get in this line, I'm going to order. I'm trying to see, what am I going to order? What sides do they have? And you got a whole car here, all up on the right side of your car. People knocking on your window like, hey, you got to move. One of y'all got to move. Both of them just looking at the menu like, I wonder if they got them sandwiches. I can't see what that says. This whole Buick is in my passenger seat over here. Like, why? Was there a counter saying, yo, we only got 3 sandwiches left? And you looked in that car and you saw there was 3 people in there. You're like, yo, I need to get in here before these people jump in here and take these sandwiches. Because I'm thinking that's what they were thinking. Like, they were just going to do the most ignorant shit to get this sandwich. And Popeyes is the one suffering. Like, the publicity that they're getting, these sandwiches must be, I don't know what they're charging for these things, but the profit they are making off of these sandwiches must be worth the retarded press that they're getting. Because, I mean, it is not looking good for Popeyes out there. And they seem to not care because they keep, being stupid with how they're doing these sandwiches, man. And, I mean, we as black people, we gas it up. I mean, there's a couple of white people out there that, try to hype it up or whatnot. But it's mostly us. We're out here, acting like they're new. Like, I thought I was bad with how I get with, like, hype beast release shoes, OG colorways and stuff with these Jordans and these Adidas and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Because, I mean, you get those, you can resell them. I mean, it's more like an investment or something. Like supply and demand. But these sandwiches, they're perishable goods. Like, you can't buy a sandwich in bulk. You can't get 5 of these things, eat 1, and then have 4 to sell, like, later that year, because wait till sandwiches go out of stock, and then you trying to resell these sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really work that way with food, the same way it does with shoes. So that's why it just confuses me when Chick-fil-A is right there. And they always have the shit you want. Now, again, it's hard to leave Chick-fil-A, not because the food and the service is so good. It's because the location and where they fucking stick you. I mean, you're just fighting to get home after you get Chick-fil-A. You really don't have that issue with Popeyes because you just fight and obviously murder to get your food at Popeyes. Which, in my mind, I'm just like, what the hell is going on, man? I just don't get it. Why that's a thing. Why people have to do that. What else? Going along with stupid things that crazy people do. So there's a video on the internet, and it's a young woman attempting to get in the Guinness Book of World Records, right? And the thing that she is doing to get in the record books, and let me just say this, can we get rid of that record book, or can we just set certain things that records can be made for? Because a lot of people do stupid shit just to get in that book. Like, they'll just think of something that nobody else has done ever, call Guinness and be like, I'm going to do this, and it's going to be a world record. Be like, well, yeah, because you're the only one doing it, you know, so quit. Why are we empowering these people, giving them a certificate and calling them world record holders for things that aren't really competitive, or things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, the one thing I'm talking about, you can YouTube it, or, you know, just search it on Google. It's the most jars of mayonnaise eaten at one setting, or at one sitting. I think that's how you do it. Anyways, this broad ate 10 jars of mayonnaise, and I'm thinking it was time, because the way she was going in on these things, it wasn't like she could just chill and just sit and enjoy the mayonnaise. Like, she felt like she had to be rushed to eat the mayonnaise. So she ate 10 jars of mayonnaise. I want to say in a minute, or like, it was timed like 2 minutes, or I don't know. I didn't see a clock. I just saw a clip of it on Instagram, and it was so, like, she was using the little spatula you use when you want to, like, spread frosting on a cake or something. I think that's what she was using to scoop in there and bring out these gobs of mayonnaise that she was just destroying. Like, she was shoving them things in her mouth like it was the milk after you ate Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You know how you're just like, oh man, this shit is, I can't get enough of this milk, right? That's how she was like, boom, like, and they were like, not the small, like, single bachelor person. It was like family size, Costco size mayonnaise that she was just scooping shit out of and just eating it and eating it. And like, I was watching it, and like, I gagged. You know what I'm saying? Like, my stomach, my brain was looking at this, and like, for some reason, it started imagining me doing that, which it knows I would never. My brain should know that I would never do shit like that. But for some reason, it just was just like, oh, I couldn't even. What if we had tried that? And then my stomach, in self-defense, was like, if you don't shut up, brain, I'm going to just throw up this fucking 12-piece large fry, waffle fry, and this Coke Zero on this floor. Because it was that gross. I mean, she was just sklookle, 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 and like, it was like dripping off the side of her mouth. And I'm just like, and she's only doing this for a world record. Like, she was probably sitting there making a ham and cheese sandwich and was like, you know what? I really like mayonnaise. I could probably eat this by myself or by itself. And then she tried it one day. She just ate a whole jar of Hellmann's or Kraft or whatever. All mayonnaise is gross. Like, I'm a Miracle Whip person. Say what you want. I just can't eat mayonnaise. People like Miracle Whip. That's salad dressing. That's just sweet mayonnaise. I don't give a fuck. I like Miracle Whip. I put it on my sandwiches. What you're not going to see me do, I don't care how much I like Miracle Whip, is just eat it like it's Cool Whip, right? The only whip you can do that shit is Cool Whip. Cool Whip, right? But this young lady, white, by the way, yeah, I told you I was going to get to y'all. So this white woman was eating mayonnaise out of jars in her little flannel shirt for a certificate in a world record. And I will say that is probably a safe world record because I don't see anybody challenging it anytime soon. I don't see any black people challenging that record anytime soon. I don't want to go out on a limb and say nobody's going to challenge it because people are stupid. And someone will be like, I could eat 15 jars of mayonnaise in 2 minutes. So it is what it is. Um, but the Guinness Book of World Records needs to like establish what what records that we will keep track of, because it is getting ridiculous. Longest eyeball protrusion, right? Why is that a thing? Like, obviously you have to be born with some kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say disability or something, but your eyeballs have to be missing tendons and stuff that keep them inside for you to push them out. So if everybody's not allowed to do said thing, why is that? Why are you keeping that record? Why is that a world record? I mean, if only 5% of the world can do that, like, why is that a thing? Or why could you just make something up? Fastest sock roller, and there's like a Domino's pizza thing, like on the world's fastest pizza maker, right? And it was a Domino's thing. And first of all, like, Domino's, why are you even doing that? Like, when you had like the fastest box maker, and it was like a 40-year-old dude just slamming boxes and fixing it, and I'm sitting there watching this man fold these boxes, and I'm just like, this is your career. Now, don't get me wrong, if you love your work and that is what he wakes up like, and he's just like, this is my purpose in life, to be the fastest box folder in Domino's history, if that is your fulfillment, that's your goal when you wake up, cool, because I'd rather you be wanting to do that than to commit some crime or do something stupid. You know what I'm saying? But my heart would hurt if there's a young 17-year-old dude who was just working there because he's in school and it's part-time and they were hiring, and he just happens to fold boxes faster than this 40-year-old man whose whole life revolves around being known as the fastest box flipper. And now you have fucking Chad, who, vapes and fucking wears Heelys still, and now he's the fastest box flipper by not even trying. And so now your whole world is fucked up, whoever this 40-year-old man is flipping boxes. And then there's the one where the dude's like, I'm the world's fastest pizza maker. And he was just, like, cheese was all over the fucking prep table and shit. And I'm just like, that is why nobody fucks with you, Domino's. Like, nobody is wanting their pizza the fastest. We just want good ass pizza. Like, we're willing to wait for a properly made pizza. We don't need shit all over the fucking table, and then you just throw it in the fucking oven, and now I got 20,000 pepperonis on this side and 2 pepperonis on this side of the pizza because you wanted to try to set some world record or be known in the annals of Domino's pizza lore. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is ridiculous, man. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? But it's about because people want to break records. Like, nobody wants to go to the Olympics and break a world record that way. Nobody wants to do anything, I don't know, that other people can train to do, right? Running, swimming, whatever. But mayonnaise eating, that's what you want to be known for? 10 jars of mayonnaise in 2 hours or whatever you did? I mean, you can have that. I don't want that. I don't see that as a record that anybody is going to be trying to challenge anytime soon. But again, that's just me. That's just me. Whew, sorry. What else is going on? Oh, so you guys probably already heard, I think it was last week or a week and a half ago. So I need to talk to the city of Dallas, first of all. Dallas, thank you for listening to my podcast. I doubt anybody there is, but if you are, thank you for listening. I got a question for you guys. I don't know much about the police academy except for the movies, and I know those are fake, so work with me here. What is up with your cops and their first go-to thing is to grab a gun and shoot something? Like, I know I already talked about the last two. where a life was lost. You know, I don't want to turn this into a whole sensitive subject on that. But recently, there was a cop who came home and the door was open and all that other stuff. And turns out his son came home to visit him. And instead of him coming into the house, I guess announcing, hey, officer, hey, who's here? Hey, I have a gun. Hey, come out with your hands up type stuff. He just John Wicks through his house, and then his son is there, and he shoots his son, right? Now, his son doesn't die. You know, son wasn't black. But I digress. Why are cops just shooting people so willy-nilly around there? Like, what is going on? I don't know what the training is there. I doubt they'll ever post a YouTube video of their training video in Dallas for law enforcement. But I would like to know what's going on, because you guys are just pulling your guns out, shooting everything. And, of course, charges aren't going to be filed, because, I mean, what kind of son is going to sit there and be like, "Oh, Dad, you shot me. You're going to jail." You know, there's a whole investigation going on. I don't know what's going to come of that. But I haven't heard anything from the shooter of Tatiana. I'm waiting to hear on information on that when that trial starts. All that good stuff. I would like to be in the know of what's being discussed in that trial, seeing how Amber's walking out of there with 10 years. But, yeah. Dallas, y'all are on some shit, man. Y'all are on some shit. I don't know why, but y'all just are. And I don't know how I got to that. I guess it was because I was talking about stupid people or whatnot. But what else? Usually I'd have it jotted down on a notebook or something, but I couldn't sleep, so I just figured I'd start talking about some shit. Another thing, like, it's the 5th. Halloween was 6 days ago. However, leading up to Halloween, I was meaning to do a podcast about that. I just want to know what age is it cool? Because, like, I know people who don't like the holidays, like Christmas. They're called Scrooges. The whole Scrooge, bah humbug, like no holiday spirit. They've done movies about it and stuff like that. Thanksgiving. Ooh, sorry. It's not really a person who doesn't like Thanksgiving, right? I mean, there's probably people overall who don't like the holidays based on, you know, being away from family and things like that. So they're probably more homesick during the holidays. Not so many people like are just like, God, I hate Christmas. I hate people being happy, bah humbug type stuff. So I was just wondering, like, what do you call people who aren't all into Halloween, i.e., they don't dress up, right? Because I was talking to some people, and, you know, they're asking me, like, what am I going to be for Halloween? And I'm just like, what? Like, what am I going to be? I'm going to be a dad. Somebody who just got home from work and is tired. That's what I'm going to be for Halloween, because it's Thursday, and we have work the next day. So it's not for me. Like, I'm not dressing up. Oh, you got to dress up. Don't be like that. Aren't you going to any Halloween parties? Like, I don't even go to regular parties. Like, I hate leaving my house unless I'm going to do purposely, like, go watch a movie or go spend time with my family, going to do something with my family or something, you know. And that is still kind of because, like, I like to be lazy because I'm Monday through Friday I'm working, right? So it's one of those things where, like, several people would ask me, what am I doing for Halloween? I dressed up, I think 3 years ago, whenever Force Awakens came out, and my daughter wanted to go as Rey, so I dressed up as Kylo Ren, right? The mask and all that. And this was back in Tyndall, right? So it is still like 80 degrees with some humidity out there, and I'm wearing this mask and all black and these sweats, and I'm just like, I felt like Ron Burgundy and Anchorman. Like, I was like, milk is a bad choice. I was like, Kylo Ren was a horrible choice. And I'm trying to keep this mask on to stay in character because it's like the voice changing mask and all that shit. So it was a legit costume, right? but I was hurt, man. So after that, I'm just like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, my oldest son, he's 17. He don't do it no more. I'm over it. My wife don't dress up. And Halloween is her birthday. I mean, she's big on Halloween. She decorates the house and stuff. I'm just like, look, let's just sit out here and put a bowl of candy in front of the Ring doorbell so when somebody tries to take more than one piece, I could yell at them through the phone like, hey, put that shit back. You know what I'm saying? Take two, homie. Or I'm going to come out there with this bat. You know, that's what I wanted to do. That's where I'm at. That's my level of appreciation for Halloween. I'd rather just put a stool out there, put a bowl of candy, and watch kids do the thing to make sure that they're taking the right amount of candy, right? Or maybe not even watch them. If the bowl runs out, the bowl runs out. I turn the light off, we out. That's where I'm at. But people are making me feel bad that I'm not a whole 100% sold and in on this Halloween thing. And I sat back and I thought, like, am I like the Scrooge of Halloween because I don't want to dress up? I don't know. Like, some people are all for Halloween. Like, when this day comes around, they get, like, they just want to be the most scary, horror, satanic. I'm going to decorate the fuck out of my house, build a haunted house in my garage. Like, I don't have that fucking energy, bro. Like, that is not me. Like, I don't even like cleaning my garage regular. You want me to clean the garage and build a haunted house in it? Then right after Halloween, because it's not like Christmas where you put the shit up and that shit can marinate for like a month and some change. That's like Halloween. Like, you put that shit up for that night and the next day that shit's got to go. Like, you can't have no haunted house. I gotta park a fucking car in this shit, man. Get this stuff up out of here. I don't have time to be putting shit up and then taking it down if I'm not involved or invested in it. That's the word I was looking for. I'm not invested in the Halloween. I'll be buying. You see these costumes? These motherfuckers be... Bro, that's a young man's game. Halloween is a young person's game. And that is where I'm going to stay with that. Like, there's... You don't have to even dress up. You just wear your uniform. Like... I was wearing that uniform from 7 that morning to getting home. I wear this uniform 5 days a week for at least 8 hours. Why would I want to get home? Like, when I get home from work, that uniform is the first thing. Like, I'm glad we changed our uniform. These things got zippers and Velcro. It's like, shh, get off of me, Satan. Get behind me. It's like just a snake shedding its skin. Like, God, let me just sit and put on some basketball shorts and a fucking t-shirt and get a drink and just sit down, turn on this TV and just do nothing. Or play with my kid. Or my youngest, he's 2, or whatever. That's who Halloween is for. It's for him. Like, he wants to get a costume, cool. My wife was, because he dressed up as one of the Paw Patrol marshal, right? So, and he's the fire truck one, so we decorated his wagon like a fire truck, and like, I'm all for that. Like, if it's for him, which to an extent, I'm like, he's probably not even going to remember all this, so we probably don't need to go all in on this, but, you know, my wife, she is invested in it. And, you know, happy wife, happy life. So you do that for her. And, you know, you just move on, right? But that's where I'm at. Because all I did was just take that shit off and throw it away when we got home. You know, just some construction paper, boop, boop, boop. You know, no harm, no foul. But when people look at me like, what's wrong? Why don't you like Halloween? Like, because it's a day. Like, I almost don't like Valentine's Day. I can care less about Valentine's Day. I just feel pressured to have to do something special, you know? And then nothing, I don't want to say nothing special ever gets done for me on Valentine's Day, right? It's a trap. I almost walked into that one. But it's like, I get a card. Bow. Here you go, babe. Love you. Holla at your boy. You know? And that's it. That's where we're at with that. Like, people try to make shit a competition. Like, scariest house on the block. Or when you put Christmas lights up. Like, the shit people put up in their yard. Like, you know, I'll throw some lights up and shit. You know, put some little inflatables or something in the front yard. That's it. I ain't gonna have, like, lasers flashing through the house. I ain't gonna have, you know, these motherfuckers be on the second story of this shit. Where the solar panels are at trying to put shit up. I'm like, yo, what kind of ladder do y'all have for this stuff, man? I ain't built like that. My wife, she loves Christmas, man. We got 2 Christmas trees we gonna put up. 2 Christmas, one for upstairs, one for downstairs. Yo, that is where my kids come into play. Because when it comes to me putting shit on trees, like, she already knows I ain't gonna put nothing on no tree. My job is to put the lights up on the outside. And, you know, I know my role. But when it comes to Halloween, I keep diverting off the different holidays. When it comes to Halloween, I'm just not it. It's not my shit no more. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy it. If Halloween is your bag, cool. But when you ask me what I'm doing for Halloween and I'm telling you nothing, I'm not dressing up as nothing. I'm going to just pull my son in this wagon. He going to get some candy. I'm going to eat half the... Well, anything that's chocolate that he gets, I got. Like, he can have all that fruity ass shit. I just want the chocolates, and that is my fee for pulling you around this wagon all through this town. And it is what it is. He agrees to it. We do it, and that's it. I don't do no holiday parties or Halloween parties. And I don't know why. Like, I just assume that I am too old. Like, I'm not going to have fun at these things. I don't know why. Like, probably because I don't do the costumes. And then my wife next year, she's just like, oh, we should all do, like, a matching family costume. Like, like, if that's the thing, I am going to go as Al Bundy. I'm going to just have I don't even know. I need to find the most non-intensive costume that's out there. Like, the most nonchalant, no care needed to be put in. I don't know. So if y'all got suggestions, let me know. Because I can just let her know this is what I'm going as. And everybody, and I swear to God, if you put in the comments, just go as an Air Force member and just wear your uniform, I'm going to lose my shit. All right? I'm going to just put a scarf on my head and wear my Cam Newton jersey and be like, I'm Cam Newton. I'm going to wear my Cam Newton jersey, put a handkerchief over my head, wear my church pants, and my low quarters for my blues with no socks. Be like, I'm Cam Newton. And carry my wife's purse. And then or wear my cleats with it. Oh shit. But that's the extent. That's what I'm gonna do. She gonna be like, get away from me. I'm gonna be like, this what are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? Oh man. Yo, that's stupid, man. That is crazy. But yeah. So I know I owe a bonus episode. I was gonna review Joker, and then I heard that Dolomite movie on Netflix is pretty good. So I'll probably do bonus episodes will probably be more of like reviews of shows and things like that. Maybe some albums, some music and things like that. But that's what I'm thinking about doing. But don't forget, I have friends who are doing the podcast game. They're doing podcasts now. I don't know why. I always get myself in these corners trying to think of words that aren't needed, you know. But yeah, I got a few friends that are starting to make some podcasts and whatnot. So, of course, my go-to dude who is still out there doing his podcast stuff is my homeboy Kelvin Catley, or as he says, bred like a king, made as Kelvin Catley. take the first letter of all those words, Black Mac, which is his name. So that's the dude who's helping me out on those other previous podcasts. He is rolling with a crew of artists, R&B, hip-hop artists. They are pretty much a jack of all trades, Dat Feeling Podcast. So if you just want to follow them on IG, it's just at Dat Feeling, DATFEELING pod, or datfeeling.com, or Dat Feeling, and then it's Dat Feeling Podcast on like Spotify and stuff. So he's actually in charge of their whole podcast thing. So all the guys who are making podcasts, he's kind of managing that whole thing. So he hit me up and talked to me about joining up with them. Still thinking about it because I don't know. I just kind of want to put my stuff out there as it is. I think if I get with a company or with a brand or something, that I will start losing whatever freedom I got. And I just don't know the dudes, right? Like, he knows them because he does music as well. Working on that album better be coming, Kaylee. I'm telling you, I'm waiting on it. But he's working on his music and stuff, so that's kind of how he knows them. So I don't want to be like the new kid, like going to a new school, trying to make new friends and shit, because I'm already kind of in my comfort zone doing this shit here. But that's where I'm at with that. But shout out to him for going out there and getting really involved and getting his name out there. So that's good. He also has a podcast on there, Wrestling with My Thoughts. If you guys like wrestling, WWE, AEW, New Japan, NXT, all of that stuff, he is in the know with all of that stuff. He is knowledgeable on the past, the present, and has an eye for the future of it. So it's almost like a weekly kind of roundup of all the wrestling shows that happen throughout that week. I'm gonna start trying to tag him in some WWE stuff to see if WWE will just pick up and be like, "Yo, you want to come be an analyst or a commentator for one of our things?" Because his knowledge of wrestling, I think, like, listen to him talk about wrestling and then watching the show and hearing the commentators talk about it, I feel like he is just as good, if not better, as those guys. So I'm trying to help him achieve his goal and whatnot. He also has a Patreon. It's only $3 a month. You get bonus episodes, which will be a co-hosting or whatnot. So any podcasts or episodes that I do with him as a co-host, well, actually, he would be the host and I would be like the guest, the co-host. Will be exclusively on his Patreon. So $3 a month. We'll try to start doing that at least twice a month, I want to say. I haven't talked to him about it, but if I'm gonna be doing my bonus episodes and then I said what I said, and then my redheaded stepchild, my anime, Eat the Cake anime, which I'm so far behind on that, and for the people who are following me for that, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get those out to y'all, man. I promise. I got a notebook full of ideas, full of different animes I want to talk about, but I'm so spread thin on top of life as a husband and father and stuff. So I wish I had like a studio I could just go to and just knock all these things out all in one sitting, but I can't. So I'm glad that you guys are just bearing with me and putting up with long delays in the episodes, but I need to get better at that, and finding time to do what I promised you guys I would do, especially the guys who are contributing money to me to do this. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, seeing how I don't have my editing stuff and all that to make this a legit good hour conversation or whatnot. But thanks for listening. Mac, aka your boy. I shouted out my boy Kaylee. I'm waiting on episode 2 for my boy Ant Boogie Podcast. I shared his first episode, waiting on the second one to come out. Also shared a couple of my homeboy Seth Miller, Seth the Speaker, DJ Scooby, whatever, he goes by many names. He has a lot of skills, but his Lions Den podcast, I share that link as well. Pretty good information. He has a nice panel, talk about some serious topics, but he doesn't get too serious. It's a nice cross talk. And then my homeboy Pittman, waiting on him to get set up. He just in the process of moving from one spot to another. So once he gets set up, obviously he'll start putting his information back out there too. Low key, my homeboy from back at Tyndall, he PCS'd. I don't know where he's at now, but I found out he had a podcast because I just went on Anchor just looking around, and he had a podcast out there. His name is Ches, and it's called The American Product. It's just him and his homeboy just talking about random shit, but it's about 30 minutes. But like, I liked it because that's my boy. He looks just like fucking Jonah Hill, but yeah, I'm just trying to give shout outs out there. My homegirl Natalia Martin, feel better, Nat. I know you listening. Just feel better. She is also going to be putting out a podcast. She is also another person who has a lot of talents, has a lot of things going for her. So this podcast could be a collection of all those things kind of tied in, or she also could possibly do a separate episode for fitness, for credit, for, you know, whatever, modeling, all the other things she does. So keep an eye out for that, and the minute I find out about it, I'll post it and let you guys know about it. And if you guys are into anything, if you guys are doing anything, trying to get your name out there, just let me know. And whatever audience I have listening to my little podcast, I'll be sure to plug you guys. And if you guys have any links or anything, just let me know. And I have ain't no shame for me, man. I will support, get your name out there, give you whatever publicity you guys need to get out there. And then before I leave, I want to let you guys know that there's a comedy club not too far from my house back in Arizona at the Westgate. They are coming this January, right? There is a stand-up class, and I signed up for it. And what it's supposed to do is kind of teach you how to kind of create and arrange a 5-minute set, just so you can get up there, do your jokes, be out. So it's like an 8-week course. So I don't know what it all entails. We'll just see what happens, but I signed up for it. It starts in January, and then the last session of your class is a showcase. So like all the students who signed up for the stand-up course, or the course, the stand-up class, Sunday night, I think it's like some Sunday in March, they do a showcase. All the students will do their 5-minute routine. So I'll keep you guys in the loop on that. I'll try to like Facebook Live it or something like that. I'll make sure I record it so I can share it on YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, your boy is trying to get out there, and because I think I'm funny, but I know there's an art to being a stand-up comic. It takes more than just naturally being funny. You gotta kind of know what you're doing up there on the stage, how to read the crowd, all this other stuff. So I'm not too cocky. Like, I know I'm funny, but I know these guys who I've been watching on Netflix and watching for years, like, they have been doing this stand-up thing for decades, working their way up to where they are now. Like, so they started out in these comedy clubs, little 5-minute skits, 5-minute sets, and then they start, you know, slowly getting more and more time on the stage till they can do more and more of their bit. But you guys start somewhere, and I'm willing to start there. So wish me luck on that, but that's not till January. So again, I'll keep you guys all in the loop on that. Outside of that, that is all I got. If you're watching the video and you see my eyes, I am tired. I will try to get some sleep. Thanks for listening. For those who are just listening to the audio, I appreciate you guys. I love y'all, and you guys take care, and I will try to get back with you in a timely manner. All right? Y'all take care. Holla at your boy, man.